meditation. Khảo, can you do that?
No.
Why? Why turn me down? Who else? Who want to do meditation? Who want to lead your friends to do meditation? Raise your hand. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Sabrina. Show them. You have your cell phone. Show them the time. Show them the time. Yes. Set up 1 minute. Yeah, set up 1 minute.
I have the timer on my iPad.
Go ahead and explain what they should do. What should they do for their mind, their body, the ear, the nose, and so forth. Go ahead, Sabrina.
Wait, what did you say again?
Explain to them how they do meditation.
So back straight, neck straight, close your eye. Don't think of your monkey mind. And do not eat when you're meditating.
Good. You hear that, Jennifer? Don't eat and drink while you meditate, okay, baby? Okay.
Huh?
Okay. So, Sabrina, what should they do? They breathe in and out by nose or by mouth?
Huh?
They breathe in and out by nose or by mouth?
Nose.
Why? Why not by mouth? Why? Why is that?
Because.
Why? Alan, explain to them why it's not good to breathe in by mouth. Why is that?
Dust and bugs can go into your mouth.
Why?
Because if you breathe in with your mouth and breathe out, then dust comes in.
Really? What difference between the mouth and the nose? What's the difference?
The nose has hairs to catch all the dust and bad stuff.
Where's your future? Where's your future inside your nose? Can you show?
What?
Can you show where are the future inside your nose? Can you show?
No.
No? Okay. All right, Sabrina, are you ready? Go ahead, Sabrina, tell them. Go ahead. Yo, you are the boss now. Sabrina. Turn on the mic, turn on the cam. Go ahead.
She's doing a timer on her iPad.
Yeah, okay, go ahead, Sabrina. Count 1, 2, 3.
It won't let me do the timer and the Zoom at the same time.
Okay, go ahead, Jennifer. You want to do for her?
Wow.
Go ahead, Jennifer. Ready? Tell them how to sit, Jennifer.
Good.
Go ahead, Jennifer. Tell them. Count 1, 2, 3. Go.
1, 2, 3.
Everyone close your eyes and count your breath. Cool down your monkey mind. All right, go ahead, Jennifer. You can ask him, Jennifer.
Alan. 25.
Well,
Serena.
59.
Vincent. 16.
Okay. So, Oliva, can you share Can you share with your friends what are the most favorite things that you have received during the break, during the holidays?
Can you turn up the
things that I did?
Can you turn up the background, Serena, or else?
Yeah, go ahead, Oliva. Tell them, Oliva.
What I did?
Yeah, what did you do during the break?
I celebrated Christmas and New Year's.
Okay. All right. Trúc, what did you do during the break, Trúc?
I celebrated Christmas with my family and New Year's.
That's all. All right. Okay. How about Kyle? What did you do during the break?
We went to Oklahoma.
Really? And you see, what do you see over there? Did you go to the museum? Kyle?
We went to a cowboy museum.
Oh, okay. Aaron Liu, what did you do during the break? What did you do? Turn on the mic. We cannot hear you. Go ahead.
Open up presents with my family and take a picture.
All right. Can you show us your present now? Go ahead. Get and show them. Okay. All right. Go ahead. All right, Georgie. What do you do during the break?
I celebrated Christmas. I watched football, and I stayed up for the ball drop.
I love football.
Yeah, can you show your gifts, your special gift? Go ahead, Georgie, find for me.
Oh
wow! Why is that, Aaron Liu? Is that the microphone?
Yes.
Can you sing?
Yes.
Go ahead, sing a song for me.
Sing "Mama Made Me Mash My M&Ms."
Yeah, go ahead, Aaron Liu, sing the song now.
Sing
okay.
Mama Made Me Mash My M&Ms.
Sing Spider-Man song. Spider-Man.
Good. All right. Okay. Georgie, fine. Can you show me your gift?
That is cool.
What's that? Explain to them. What's that? I cannot see you clearly. Why is that?
Wait, I need okay. Yeah, it's a game. First I got a game.
Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I also got a new iPad case.
iPad 2?
No, iPad case.
Oh, really? iPad case?
And I'm probably spoiled.
Oh, okay.
And I'm probably spoiled, but I also got this.
Wow, your parents are so rich.
Remove you from class.
Yeah, your parents are so rich to buy you a lot of items. Is that iPhone 14 or 13?
It's the 12.
The 12. Wow.
My parents and LeBron.
Yeah, you're so fortunate. You're so blessed that your parents take care of you well. You need to know.
LeBron James.
You need to know that they work hard to buy those items for you, okay, Georgie? And you need to study hard. Don't be lazy, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
When the flippity flip was that easy.
Okay. Oliva, I need you to summarize this story for me, okay, Oliva?
Yeah. Serena, look at that.
Are you ready, Oliva?
Look at this.
Yes.
Oh, good girl.
Recording in progress. Recording stopped.
Okay. Can you see Oliva?
Yes.
Awaken to the bliss of the Dhamma. The Buddha also taught lay people to live righteously according to the Dhamma, and they delighted in his teachings. The Buddha Dipankara often traveled long distances to spread the Dhamma and liberate people far and wide. News of his journey often preceded him, and lay people routinely waited along the way for him to pass by in order to pay their respects. In a frontier town near the area the Buddha Dipankara was to pass, there was a young girl named Sumita. When she observed a commotion in her town, she asked her servant, "What's going on down there?" The servant responded, "There is a Buddha who will pass by our town." Overtaken by joy and excitement, Sumita rushed to her father. She begged and pleaded for permission to go and witness a Buddha with her own eyes. Her father was worried for her safety, but when Sumita's servant said she would accompany his daughter, Sumita's father gave his permission. Along the path that the Buddha Dipankara would pass, many segments of road were in disrepair and overgrown with brush and weeds. The townsfolk began clearing and cleaning the path as a physical offering to the Buddha. Sumita immediately joined in and began to work to clear the road. At that same moment, a hermit named Sumita, who was training his mental absorptions, was flying by. He saw a commotion down below and became curious. He descended and asked the people what they were doing. They told him, "Sir, a Buddha is known to come by this path. We are clearing it for him so that the Lord..."
Oh my
Buddha can
God.
walk." When Sumita heard the word Buddha,
Literally
he felt
played
a
zombie attack.
excitement he'd never felt before. He said,
The gravity.
"Wonderful thing that you endeavor. I request that you allow me to help you clear the road for the Buddha to pass."
Fruit.
They pointed
Pew.
to an especially muddy
Oh, shoot this guy. Oh, that was so cool.
and left him to the
Boom.
hermit. He
Boom.
assumed that with his supernormal abilities, he would be able to clear it with ease.
Hello.
However, Sumita reflected that in order to gain the maximum merit, he would have to use his natural abilities rather than his supernormal ones. He got down on his hands and knees and began clearing the brush with vigor. Sumita could not believe her eyes. Here she was, watching a holy man, an ascetic, who was just flying in the air, on his hands and knees in the brush and mud, clearing the path. She could feel joy and excitement radiating from his person. He did not hesitate for a moment to use his robes as tools to transfer dirt or carry mud. He was so focused on his task that he did not mind getting dirty. Sumita was filled with respect and admiration for Sumita's demeanor and decided that she would help him clear his part of the road. Without any concern for beauty, cleanliness, or comfort, Sumita used everything at her disposal to help clear the road. She worked side by side with Sumita. As he worked harder, so did Sumita. Suddenly, the townsfolk began to chant, "Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu." The Lord Buddha Dipankara had arrived. The lay people began to line up on both sides of the road and marvel at the sight of the Buddha. Seeing a Buddha is beyond lucky. It is a blessing beyond words, and the townsfolk reveled in his aura and majesty. They were brought to tears of bliss just being in his presence. Sumita and Sumita both realized that their part of the path would not be cleared in time for the Lord Buddha to pass. Sumita's servant pulled her aside to find a seat to watch and pay their respects as the Buddha passed by. Sumita was concerned about what Sumedha would do with the rest of the uncleared path. As Sumita watched, the Buddha approached the muddy, uncleared part of the path. Sumedha, focused and serene, took off his robes and laid them over the muddy section. He then made a request of the Lord Buddha in front of all who were gathered. Enlightened One, glorious One, precious One, I humbly request that you and all of your monks use my hair, my head, my body as a bridge to cross the muddy patch. Please, sir, I could not bear to see your feet and robes dirty. And with this merit, combined with all the merit I've ever created, may I one day become a Lord Buddha like you and be a bridge for all suffering beings of this world. May I lead them away from suffering and rebirth, and instead lead them towards freedom from suffering and nibbana. Sadhu. May this please come true. The Buddha, using his divine eye, looked far off into the future and smiled. He explained that in about 4 eons and 100,000 incalculable periods, this very ascetic would be reborn over and over as the Bodhisattva, until he was finally reborn as Prince Siddhartha. After growing to a certain age, marrying, and having a child, he would leave the palace for a life of renunciation. After 6 years of striving, he would become the Buddha Gautama and lead countless beings away from rebirth and towards nibbana. Hearing the Buddha's prophecy, the ascetic was overwhelmed with emotion. He knew that if the Buddha said it, it would certainly come true. Any amount of pain, any amount of striving, any amount of effort would be worth becoming a Buddha and saving countless beings. He was ready. Witnessing this, Sumedha saw an opportunity and immediately rushed to a nearby pond. She waded into the water and picked 9 of the most beautiful lotus flowers. When she got back, she sat down and made her aspiration to the Lord Buddha. My Lord, with the merit I've gained from physical work of clearing the path, with these lotus flowers, and with all previous merit I've accumulated in all my rebirths, I dedicate myself to this aspiration. May I be reborn, every life as the wife of this ascetic. I wish to accompany him on his journey to becoming a Buddha. I am ready and willing to make any and all sacrifices necessary to help him achieve his goal. I want this with all of my heart, with all of my being. May my aspiration come true. Sumedha, looking up, said, Sister, I applaud your good intentions. I applaud you for your hard work and sacrifice. However, I do not know you, nor do I want a life in this life or the next. I do not accept your request. Please take your words back. Please, Lord Buddha, there is nothing that I want more. Please make my wish come true. Sister, please wish for something else. See here, ascetic, the path of a Buddha is a long and challenging road. You will encounter many hardships and have to make many sacrifices. Your will and fortitude will be challenged every life. You will have to overcome unimaginable obstacles from the outside and from within. Having someone willing to assist you on the path is not a burden, but rather a blessing. Do not be so quick to reject her. Cultivating dana parami by giving away your wife is part of the path to Buddhahood, as it was for me. After listening to the Buddha's advice, the ascetic accepted Sumita's request. Both Sumita and Sumeta rejoiced. The Buddha then led his procession of monks to carefully cross the muddy section by using Sumeta's body as a bridge. Each monk walked carefully with their hearts filled with sympathetic joy for the ascetic's aspiration. The ascetic's heart was so filled with excitement and joy that he barely felt physical pain. As Sumita looked on, she grew more and more impressed with Sumeta's fortitude and endurance. She marveled at the strength of his will. Sumeta quietly endured through the entire ordeal. His mind was focused and filled with excitement. Sumita, seeing the massive physical toll it was taking on Sumeta, began to worry for him. However, she realized that in order to trade for a grand aspiration, one must make an equally grand sacrifice. After the company of monks crossed, Sumeta got up and dusted himself off. He reflected on his aspiration and felt a wave of energy overtake him as all the devas and spirits rejoiced in his accomplishment and future attainment. After some time, Sumeta flew into the air and lived the rest of his life striving to fill the requirement needed to become a Buddha by maximizing all of his paramitas, his virtues. What do you think the moral of this story is?
Okay, Oliva, explain to them what's the story about. Oliva.
So in the town, the people were saying that the lay people, they were saying that the Buddha is gonna come soon, so they had to clear the pathway. And the Sumita, she heard about it, so she wanted to help and see the Buddha. And then that it was flying in the sky and came down, and also wanted to help clear the path. And he said that they did it all by hand because he knew that if he used his powers, he wouldn't get all the merits until the Buddha and his monks and disciples came. But they did not finish taking all the cleaning up the path in time. So but they had to go out and pay their respects to Buddha. So the ascetic, he took off his robes and put them over the muddy part, and he laid there, and he said that he asked them to please walk over him as a bridge on his body because he wants to become Buddha and help people and stop them from being reborn, and wants to lead them to Nibbana. And then the Buddha says that in 4 eons he will become the Buddha. And then Sumita said that she saw this opportunity and she wanted to get flowers and said that she wants to become the wife of the Buddha. And Sumedha, he said that he doesn't want a wife, but the Buddha says that it will be good to have someone to accompany him. So then he accepted her request. And then after the Buddhas walked over the wife, she got worried that he would get hurt because it took a physical toll on him, but she said that it would take a lot of sacrifice. And then after he flew back into the sky.
Good. Hồng, what you learn from this story? We can hear you, Hồng. Yes, go ahead, Hồng.
I don't know.
You know. Okay, so Oliva, can you explain what you learned from this story, Oliva?
That, like, if you want to get a lot of merit, then you have to like do it yourself instead of using powers.
Mm-hmm. About Alan, what you learn from this story?
Like,
Don't shortcut.
What's that?
Shortcut.
Don't shortcut.
Don't shortcut.
Don't use shortcuts.
What's mean? Explain one more time. Give one example. Give one example.
Let's see.
Huh?
Me or
Yes, Alan. Yeah.
Sure. Like let's say you're doing your homework and like you don't know it. Don't try figuring out. Don't go to your friend and tell them to do it for you.
Mm-hmm. And how about instant noodle? Who enjoy instant noodle? Raise your hand. Wow.
100%.
Is that good? Is that good to consume instant noodle every day? Ethan,
No.
Lâm?
No.
Why? Why is that?
It's really unhealthy and it's also deep
Yeah.
fried. Tastes good though.
Is that good? But this is unhealthy, right? Right, Jackson, what you learn from this story, Jackson?
Huh?
Jackson, what you learn from this story? No, Jason, sorry, Jason.
I learned that if you're taking shortcuts, it doesn't always, like, example, if you do like an online homework, you don't use your brain, but instead copy and paste.
And what happened if you eat too much instant noodle, Jason?
It would be unhealthy.
Why? Well, it's unhealthy to eat instant noodle and cook and cheap. Who like cheap? Raise your hand.
Me.
Okay, who like cook? Raise your hand. Wow. Okay. So Trúc, can you explain?
Take your background out from
Trúc, can you explain?
I will move you from the car.
Yeah, Trúc, explain why it's unhealthy to drink too much Coke and eat too much chip. Trúc, explain.
It's because it has a lot of sugar.
And what else? Oh, chip has a lot of sugar. Is that right? Trúc. How about Ari Lu? Why it's unhealthy to drink a lot of Coke and to eat a lot of chip? Why is that, Ari Lu? Why?
Because it's salty.
It's salty? So your soda is salty? Right?
Soda is carbonated.
Oh, okay. So soda is salty and chip is sweet, right? Right? Home, explain to them why it's unhealthy to drink Coke and eat chip then. Home, go ahead.
Chips are salty and Coke has a lot of sugar.
What happened then? What happened when you put them into your body? What happened?
You're gonna get a tummy ache or you're gonna be sick or vomit.
And in the future, right? In long term, right? it will affect your organs, right? So Oliva, can you explain one more time why it's unhealthy to eat junk food like cheap and cook? Explain one more time. What happened with your health when you too many of them?
It will affect your health in the lifetime because like you could get sick from not getting enough like nutrition from other healthy food.
Yeah, it's not much healthy. It's just no much nutrition. Okay, just time up now. Everyone turn on the cam, please, so that cô Lan and cô Trang send you to the room. Jason, Tristan, Roger Phan, everyone turn on the cam, please. Yeah, cô Trang and cô Lan, please.